everyone, it's Sally. So this is gonna be a video that's really late right now, and it's 3:10, and I just got done playing Among Us with a few of you guys, and it was so funny, honestly. Everybody who was talking, it was hilarious. But anyway, getting today's video, I'm gonna be talking about two of my scariest dreams that I've had in the last 2 months possibly, and they're terrifying for me personally. So my first one, and this first one is the reason why I'm now terrified of my sister's closet, apparently, and I will not go there, and I'm terrified of walking out into her room at night. So obviously you guys know that I'm really obsessed with the FNAF family, or FNAF, obviously, in the Aftons. And honestly, someone asked me if it was weird having a crush on someone and having my OC date William. Not necessarily, it's not weird for me. Not really. Even though, actually, I had a dream with him in last night, and I'll probably be talking about that later, maybe. I honestly don't know if I'll even remember. I just remember vividly. But honestly, I'm getting off topic again. But, so, apparently, I technically, quote-unquote, met them. Weird. But I met them, and they looked differently than my designs would. Differently than what my characters looked like. I'll probably put a picture on the screen, I don't know. But they look much different than my designs of what I vision them as. So, I met them, and apparently their car broke down. Okay, and apparently in this dream, I'm still 14. And I'm 14, actually. You can probably tell by how my voice sounds and how deepish it is. But, then we invited them. My family decided to let them stay in my house. Okay, and so it looks exactly like my house. Like, literally exactly like my house now. And we go in, and the adults are downstairs, they're talking, and I'm upstairs, and my sister's sleeping. And if you don't know, I have a little brother. He doesn't really stay over that often, but I was staying in my grandma's room, which was really weird. But all of a sudden, I guess look out into the door, and I see 2 pairs of freaking eyes, and I'm like, what the frick? And apparently this person, I think it's a male voice, but they are talking about a ghost story, I guess, or some ancient tale or something like that. I don't know, honestly, but some tale or something. And then all of a sudden, now this dream was pretty short, but I slept for very long, but it's a pretty short dream, so my other one will probably be the other short. So I go into my sister's room, and all of a sudden, here comes the terrifying part. Just imagine a tall 11-foot skinny-armed creature with 3 arms. Imagine that, okay? It comes out of my sister's closet, goes up to her bed, and eats her alive while she's sleeping. And it ends just like that. I was terrified out of my mind. Honestly, I was terrified out of my mind. I'm saying that. I don't know why my nose is running right now, but it's so weird. But, on to the next dream, because I don't want my storage to run out during this. So, this was, you guys know that I really like Markiplier and stuff. Well, apparently this was sort of like that, like he was playing a game or something. It starts with all of that, like he's playing a game or something. So, I fall asleep, And then I wake up like 3 hours later, and I'm like, 3 hours and I'm here, and that's me, the person. It's kind of like a video game I'm in. So me, the person, is saying 3 hours and I'm right here. And in this house, I've never seen this house, okay? And this is just weird. So I see this house with this beautiful, like, extravagant window that goes out from the living room. You know, like that, like a lake house or something. But it's just all window. And it goes out and looks out onto the ocean and stuff. And people are swimming out there. And I'm like, okay. And then my family's there, and they look all the same, obviously. But there's this family that I've never seen, but the kids look so similar. I don't know why, but they look so familiar. It's like I've seen them from a different stream or something, but they look familiar to me. And it was two boys. And they look familiar to me from it's like a different dream or from real life. So apparently, it's gonna be really short, but I go outside apparently, and I jump into the water. I don't know why, because I don't know how to swim. Literally, I don't know how to swim. And I was floating, which was weird, because I would just go boop, down to the ocean, under the water, drowned. And that was weird. So, in my jacket, my gray jacket was all wet, and I was really upset. And all of a sudden, I got up out of the water, and I was pushed back into it. No one pushed me. And I'm pretty sure I did not do that by myself. So either I slipped, or some unseen force pushed me into the water. And all of a sudden, you know what a riptide is? I'll probably show on the screen what a riptide is, but a riptide just pulls me into the ocean. Now, people are just looking at me, and they keep looking at me, and I literally was screaming, help me, and I was literally screaming, but it felt like my voice was being, like, drowned out. Imagine how terrifying that is. It felt like my voice was literally, like, going mute. I was literally, like, my throat felt literally dry, and I kept trying to keep my head out of the water, and my voice just got, like, muter, and it kept going that, and all of a sudden, I drowned. Seriously, I actually felt like I was, like, being drowned. It was terrifying. Like, I've had dreams where I've been shot in the head. I've had dreams where I was put in a hippopotamus's mouth. That was really, really when I was very young, so I still remember that. And I've had dreams which I was killed by a bear over and over. Terrifying. But I've never had a dream where I've been drowned. Here's the weird part. Usually when I have dreams, it has something to do with my death or something that's doing with it, what I've watched. So, like, if I watch some paranormal video, eventually I'll, like, get nightmares from that. But I don't usually, unless I watch too much. But I do get nightmares sometimes. And then, which was weird, was I didn't watch anything to do with water, or going to the beach, or drowning. I didn't watch anything about that. It's so weird, right? And I told this to my therapist, and I don't know what her reaction was, but she was probably weirded out because she thought it had to do something with me watching something, and I'm like, no, I didn't watch anything like that. It was weird, honestly, and I was terrified out of my mind. I'm honestly never going to the beach again because of that. It was terrifying. I actually felt like I was drowning, and I'm terrified about it. But now, like, since I'm starting to upload again, and it's been harder to upload right now, I'm talking about the uploading right now, it's been harder to, because I've been getting so much homework. Like, I'll have, like, 5 assignments a day. I'm pretty sure I have, like, an essay, an art thing, and math. I have math every day, and I don't understand a freaking thing about it. It's so difficult. But a lot of kids in my grade have ADHD, but I'm not really diagnosed with it yet. I haven't been quote unquote tested for it, though I do show a lot of the signs. Like, I'll move around a lot, and I can't focus properly, and I have really bad memory issues and stuff. And it's a lot harder for me to learn things because I barely know how to add, subtract, divide, and I don't know how to divide fractions. I don't know how to do basic algebra pretty much. It's so difficult for me to do it. And some people with ADHD will understand this, but I'm not technically classified with ADHD. I am diagnosed with depression. Actually, I am. And a lot of people think that I'm not, but I am actually. I technically found out that I had depression 4 years ago, which was in 7th grade. Even though I've been picked on, obviously, for years. Like, it's weird. I don't know. This is weird, but I'm younger than all of my classmates, and I'm rambling right now, so I hope you guys are okay with that, but I'm younger than most of my classmates. I'm 14. I'm in 9th grade. I'm turning 15 in September. All my classmates are probably 15 by now. Or about 15 or 16 by now. Which is unusual for me, because I was a really smart kid back then. I was, like, really good at math and science and all that. I was very smart, and I got into school very early, even though I technically was born past date, because I was born on September 2nd, if you don't know, which same birth date as my OC, obviously. And most of the things in my OC is based off of me, obviously, because they're the main character of my whole thing. And I'm not saying that I'm shipping me, myself, and Die with him. I'm not. I'm shipping my OC. I have platonic feelings. Okay? So please, don't hate me. Don't hate me. But it's been getting a lot harder lately for me to upload sometimes. Like, it depends. And sometimes I just don't have the motivation for a couple of days. Like, you'll see me, like, not upload for a couple of days. That's why. I just don't have the motivation to start editing, start doing anything that day, and I just want to sit in bed and eat all day. That's literally what I do. And honestly, if I were to tell you guys how I'm actually feeling today, if you were in the Among Us chat today and I said I was okay, I'm not really okay today, because my dad came in the house and me and my sister were home alone today, and he was just yelling at us, and I'm not crying now. My nose is just running right now. I'm not crying, don't worry. But he came in the house and he was yelling and stuff, and blaming our phones. Obviously, that's what parents do. They'll blame your phones, like, oh, you're spending too much time on that darn phone, you won't spend time with us. Like, they won't really understand, because they didn't have things back then as us. They couldn't understand as well as us, because they spend more time with their parents. We don't spend time with our parents. It's because we just want to be left alone sometimes. You know, you want to be left alone. And I have trust issues. I have a lot of trust issues. Even though my dad thinks I hate him. Right now, he does. He thinks I hate him. The thing is, I don't hate him, but I hate him at the same time. It's like part of me just hates him the other half just doesn't, you know. And I don't know. Like this on Thursday, I'm gonna talk about random things now because I just really need to talk right now and get all this out because I don't usually talk about things and I keep them to myself because I'm the shy kid. So this kid in our class, we'll call him Mark. I don't know. I'm just coming with Mark because I'm not gonna use his real name. So I'm in art class and I'm doing a project and I'm just sitting there because what else would I do? Because I don't know what to do and I'm the shy kid because I don't want to talk to anybody and I don't talk to anybody. And honestly, we're doing public school now. But we're going Mondays through Thursdays and everybody's back to school, but some kids are actually going online for 4 days, but other than that, and our class is freaking 36 kids, so our classes are pretty small, honestly, except for science, that is. But I'm sitting in art class, and our class is has 10 kids in it or something like that. I think 10 kids or something, maybe 6. I don't know. Not many girls though. Even though people classify me as a girl, even though some people don't. And then, which is weird because all the guys sit around me, which is so weird, and they talk about things that I don't really like what they're talking about. Cause the A side of me likes to come out and be like, ew, really? Yeah, I don't do that. So I sit there and then I'm just doing nothing, and he literally goes, you know, my name, you can walk up and ask for something, and I'm like, dude, try having anxiety for a day. Major anxiety. Cause by now, I think I'm probably gonna be diagnosed with a panic disorder. Cause I literally panicked on the first day of school. Back. And I hated that. So I might as well, because I panic over literally the stupidest things. Cause I am a very emotional person. Here, I'll tell you this. So, first day of school, I go in, I get my stuff. They give you free breakfast, by the way. Cool, but I don't eat the breakfast there. I don't trust their milk. I don't trust their food. Except for the chicken and the pizza. And the mashed potatoes. But I go in, and I set my stuff down, and I grab the books I don't need, and I take them to my locker, and I get all my other, and I put them in there. And I start panicking out of nowhere, where's my locker? That's how bad my memory could get. And I'm like, please remember. And then I suddenly try and remember, and I'm gonna guess where my locker is, because there's 2 people on each side of me. Because the one person has moved, or gone online. And then I guessed, and I got it right, thankfully. But this was still when people would go every other day. Some people go Monday or Wednesdays, and some people would go Tuesdays and Thursdays. I went all days. Because I was in a 4 or 5 program, which I had special needs or something. And I go and I literally I'm panicking, and I'm trying to use my breathing methods that I was taught. I think I almost panicked once also, because I thought I was gonna be in a history class, but I wasn't. Cause our class schedules are so weird. We'll have gym one day, we'll have the next. Like, I used to have gyms on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Wednesdays, and now I have it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. It's so weird. And it drives me crazy. Like, only 1 or 2 classes change throughout the year. And, like, and I'm not trying to be mean if my teacher hears this, if my English teacher hears this or something, but I really appreciated my English teacher at the beginning, but now I don't really like him. Because if you don't know, I am a complete child. I'm acting like a child. I literally have the personality of a child and the mind of an adult, I guess. I don't know, but honestly, because sometimes I'm like an adult and then sometimes I'm like a child. I don't know. But okay, what was I talking about again? Okay, I'm trying to think. Oh gosh, brain think. Oh gosh, what was I thinking of? Oh, my English teacher. See what I mean? Okay, so my English teacher. I had tech class with my one teacher before, and I thought I lost my pencil, right? Because I have such bad memory issues, like you just saw, or just heard. And I have bad memory issues, and I think I lost my pencil. So I asked for a pencil, and you'll think, oh, they're gonna sharpen it for you, are they? Or they're just, yeah, or they're gonna sharpen it for you. I don't know what they do at your guys' school, but my math teacher, she usually sharpens it for the students and then gives it to them. And most of the teachers, some of the teachers wear face shields. It's weird. But I'm mostly just talking about school experiences now. I'm actually going to probably talk about this one gym experience, which was weird, after this one. But I asked for a pencil, and he just gives me a pencil. And I'm like, what the heck do I do? And I'm like, I start remembering, you don't get up when I'm talking. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there. Like, what the frick do I do? And I'm like sitting there with just a pencil, and then they start taking notes, and I'm just like so embarrassed, and I'm like trying to hide my face, and I'm literally sitting up front because I have to sit up front because my eyesight gets bad sometimes, and some people are so freaking tall, and because we have to separate desks right now in our English class and not our math class and other classes sometimes, and like he literally calls me out and goes, wow, name. You know, blank teacher's name. I gave here blank name, a pencil, and they could have sharpened it. And literally, he called me out, and I'm like, seriously? And he keeps going on, and he's like, I'm not gonna treat you good children. I'm like, I know that. I'm not an idiot. That's really my personality would be like, I know I'm not a freaking idiot. I know you're not gonna treat me like a freaking kid, but at least you should show some kindness every once in a while and not be so cold and stern like Dad. Because I'm a very emotional person, and I'm a little cry. So, the one teacher comes up and is like, I'll sharpen it for you, and just continues to sharpen it, and I'm like hiding my face. Yeah. Embarrassing. And this one other incident, I was gonna drop my science books off, and he was like, where you going? And I'm like, I'm dropping off my science books. And he's like, no, you're right. Stand here. And I kid you not, because I'm the most emotional person ever to exist in the class and on Earth, I almost shed a tear. Seriously. I'm serious. That's how emotional I get. So, I'll tell you about my gym experience, which was the weirdest. So, This actually happened like a couple weeks ago. Actually, last week, I think. Last week this happened. So I go and I take out my books, or take my books and put them in my locker, and I get my gym bag, and I walk to gym class. I go up there, and guess what? No one's there. No one's there. I don't see anybody. I don't hear anybody. I literally go up to like the boys' locker room, which is where my teacher's offices is, and I listen because I'm not allowed to go in there. And I listen in there, and I'm like, no one's here. And I am angry. I'm like terrified. I'm like, okay. And then I just walk back to my locker, and then I see my teacher. I'll call her, Miss Blue. Oh gosh, that was a weird name. Okay, I'll just call her Miss Blue because I don't care honestly right now. But Miss Blue, I see her and I'm like, hey, Miss Blue, can you help me? Cause I have gym class, and no one's there. So where the frick am I supposed to be? And then I pull up my schedule, and then she goes, okay. And then she goes down, and we're walking around up the freaking thing. And our main thing is literally a square. Like, the hallways are literally square. And, like, the one entrance goes up to the gym and the board meeting room. And there's a library, and there's a music room, and there's 2 gyms, too. So, our school's weird, and we have a basement. It's weird. But we go, and we're on the back side of the building, so we're on the bottom, if you can imagine this. And then we go on the right side, and we go up to my English teacher class, and she goes, well, did you have, I'm gonna use my real name for now, I don't care anymore. My nickname. Did you have Sam last semester? And he goes like, no. Yes. And then I go, well, I just told you. And then she goes, and then she walks down, and she goes into the teacher lounge, which is right next to the 7th grade, 8th grade, and 9th grade science teachers room. So we're on the top right now. And she goes there, and she checks, and they're not there. And then we literally go back to the gym. So we turn around, we go back up to the gym, and no one's there. And then we literally walk down through the cafeteria, which is like stairs, and then it goes literally back to the top part of the thing. So it's like basically a circle. It's like 2 circles in the whole building, or 2 squares. It's so weird. Our thing's weird. And we go back down, and we then go circle through the 7th grade hall, and then go circle again, and up through the gym, through the halls again, and then they go, hey, Mr. Blank is up there, at the top, up there. And we're like, what? And they go, yeah, they're up at the stairs. So we have to walk through the cafeteria through a bunch of 10th through 12th graders eating lunch, all the way back up the stairs, and he's standing right there. And I kid you not, he was the only one who was there, besides my art teacher and the electrician, or the technology guy, or whatever. And he's the only person there. And I'm like, I'm the only person in the class? And he goes, yeah, you're the only full day person I have. Others are Mondays and Wednesdays. And I'm like, great. Or, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I guess. And then I'm the only person, and he merely makes me write one of those bikes, and he makes me do the elliptical, and it makes me run like 6 laps. We talk a lot until the period's over. And then I obviously make my sister and her friend for lunch. Yay. That was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had, and one of the most freaking out experiences I've ever had. Like, I was on a near panic attack there. Legit, I was on a near panic attack before that. There was also a time when I missed gym, and I thought I had study hall with Mr. Hunter, or my English teacher. I'm honestly just gonna call him by his real name anyway, because I don't care anymore. So, just, his name's Mr. Hunter. We're gonna just call him Mr. Hunter, his real name. So, and please, probably people from our school are listening to this, even though people don't know my YouTube channel yet, even though I have over 11,000 subscribers, and I'm the shy kid. Yay! So, I stayed at study hall for the whole period, which is longer than periods that we have now, because our periods are shorter than the middle schoolers, quote unquote, the 7th and 8th graders, and I stay in there when I'm supposed to be in gym. And he's like, and then my gym teacher comes up and he was like, "Hey Sam, why'd you miss gym class?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, missed gym class." Great. So I just got to lunch anyway, so. Yeah, but everybody calls me Sam, but I really hate it when people call me by my birth name. If you don't know my birth name is Samantha, and I hate it. And it really annoys me, and I hate it obviously because it's a girl name. But the weirdest thing is the way it's spelled. It is not spelled the same way. Okay, and this is a coincidence or not, there are literally twins that are named after me and my sister. Except the one that's named Samantha is spelled with an A instead of Y. Yeah, my name is spelled Symantha. Yay, and my sister's initials are the same as mine, except for our middle names. Yeah. Fun. And if you want to ask why my name was spelled that, ask my aunt. She's the one who named me. Because, actually, fun fact, my name was actually gonna be Rose. And now it's my middle name. Weird, right? It's so weird. You know what's weird is that I've been talking for about a half an hour. Yay! It's 3:44 now. Woohoo! Because I like to ramble. Also, I might continue my ADHD series, maybe. If you've seen, it's probably the final. But that was just a video. I might continue it. I don't know, honestly. I probably will. I try to do short videos because of my storage. Yay, because I don't have very much storage. I have freaking 5 megabytes. And it's not fun. Because my mom doesn't give me enough. Because my phone is on my mom's thing instead of my grandmother's, which I live with her. I've lived with her since birth. Which is weird. So I guess I'm just gonna end it here, honestly. And it's been 30 minutes now. And I'm probably gonna align this with the other videos because storage problems. Yay. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling school stories and my 2 nightmares that I'm officially terrified now. So I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.